So what I decided to do today, and I mentioned it when I did my glute video, is do something similar but relating to the shoulders. So obviously, like I explained with the glutes, it's a ball and socket joint, so they work through loads of different angles. Now the shoulder is not dissimilar to that. It is a ball and socket joint, but it's more like a ball and a saucer, to be fair. So it runs through loads of different angles. So therefore, when you're training your shoulders, you need to make sure, once again, you train it through all those different angles. Again, I'm just going to be using resistance bands. So I just wanted to go through a bit of stuff with the resistance bands because they honestly are great for training, especially at times like this when we've not got weights. You'll probably have seen I've got various different types. This one with the handles, yes, it's handy because you've got handles, so it makes it more comfortable to hold. But I will be honest, these type, the loop type, are probably more useful for stuff like this because you can just create more tension by the fact that you can stand on it, or you can pre-tension the band by stretching it first before you start, and that gives you more tension. To be honest, when I bought these two, I assumed I would probably use this black one, which is a much heavier band, more. But I'll be honest, the lightest available band, this red one, I've probably used more than anything. Because as I say, they have they call it a linear variable resistance. Science talk this morning. So what that means is, as you pre-stretch it more, it becomes harder, obviously. So if you put your feet wider apart on the band, or you stand further away from the anchor point, it just means it gives you more resistance. And it does mean if you get into the end of your set and you're tiring, you can't do it, you can either move towards the anchor point, or you can bring your feet together, whatever you're doing, to make it a little bit easier. So the great thing about these is you can't get injured like you might do with dumbbells. They're great for injury prevention, and you can make it as hard or as easy as you need to. So, and obviously today we'll be going for some high rep stuff again. I'm gonna, with the shoulder joint, obviously you've got your anterior delt, your laterals, and your posterior. So in terms of posture, I will probably do more work for the posterior side of the shoulder and maybe the lateral to give you that shape, more than I'd say do with anterior. Because I think for most people who are sitting at a desk and are slumped a lot, or sitting in a car, or sitting watching telly at the minute, you get very tight across here. So we need to be rebalancing that out by working the backs of the shoulders. So when I go through this little shoulder burnout, I'll probably work more on the back of the shoulders and the sides than I will on the front, but we'll try and cover them all in the workout you're about to see. So let's get into it. Like I do with the glute, I'll run through every exercise individually, and then I'll tell you how to put it all together. So, like with your glute workout, we're going to start off with a warm-up for the shoulders. So, literally really simple stuff with the band, pull aparts and rotations. So first one, pull apart. So grab your light band, palms facing down, chest high, and literally pull wide and back in. Pull wide. Every time you pull the band wide, I want you to imagine you're trying to crack a walnut between your shoulder blades. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. Shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 20 of those, just to get the back of your shoulders warmed up. So pull apart. If you're not feeling tension, move your hands closer together. If you can't pull wide, take your hands wider apart. That's the beauty of the band. You can adjust the resistance to suit you. So that's the first part of your warm-up, 20 pull aparts, palms facing down, squeeze the shoulder blades together and shoulders away from ears. So I'm lucky that I've got a banister I can put my band round. Look, if you haven't got a banister or anything secure, you can put it round. You just find another person to hold the band for you. It's the easiest way to do it. So with the rotations, I'm going to do one arm at a time just so I can get good tension. So take the band in your palm, hold the other end, stand side onto the anchor point and literally rotate out. So rotate out. Again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, rotate, rotate. Again, if it's not hard enough, pull the band in a bit. If it's too hard, let a bit of band out. You can adjust it and then change sides. Palm up, secure it, rotate. So remember, I'm keeping the elbow close in to the ribs. Rotate out, don't let the elbow come off. Keep the elbows close. So in fact, 20 each arm, 20 that arm, 20 that arm. Then we'll move on to the high rotation. So same again, anchor it. So you want to take your band in your hand there and literally rotate. See how the elbow is shoulder height. Rotate, rotate, and then change arms. rotate. So just showing you without the band, the elbow shoulder height, and you just rotating the back of the fist backwards just to get that shoulder warmed up. So 20 that way, 20 that way, you need 20 pull aparts, you're warmed up, ready to go. Okay guys, first exercise on your burnout. So find someone to anchor your band around, whether it be the foot of a bed, something outside, or just a person's feet. So slight softness in the knees, and literally it's just a seated row. So squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back every time you pull the band. Squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. We've got 20 of these. If you find it too easy, just move your hands down the band. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And obviously that's working the back of your shoulders and your rhomboids in between your shoulder blades. So get it all squeezed. Okay, no rest at all from the seated row. Straight up onto your feet. Take the band again. You're going to place one foot, so place your left foot in the band, and you're going to be working with the right arm into a lateral raise. So place your arm, your hand through the band, and literally lateral raises. So these are tough. You're going to do 20 on that arm, and you've got 20 on the other arm. Switch feet, hand through the band. Keep a softness in the elbow, but try and get up to shoulder height, and keep the arm to the side. Squeeze. Focus. It's not a rush job. Same with any exercise, you're not banging them out. Control it. That's the beauty of the band, that you're always fighting the tension on the eccentric and the concentric phase. So all the time pushing slow. So 20 each arm, no rest, and then we're straight into something for the front delts. Okay, back to your high anchor point. So very similar to the external rotation, now we've got an internal rotation. So again, anchor it with one hand and then wrap it around the other hand. Make sure you've got appropriate tension. Make sure you're always standing on side onto the anchor point. Elbow close, tight into your ribs, and then you're just rotating inwards this time. Inwards. This one's just securing the band. So 20 on that arm and literally turn around. Secure it. Make sure you side onto the anchor point. Then you can get full range. So you're there, right in. 20. All right, click on that shoulder on that one, but by pull it, I'll show you from the front. So as long as you're side onto your anchor point, you can get full range to pull in. You should feel it somewhere around here in your shoulder. These are great exercises to keep your shoulders healthy as well. So even without the muscle gain, it's brilliant for injury prevention, especially these rotator cuffs that can get injured so easily. So that's your internal rotation. Remember, 20 each arm, no rest. And then we're straight back in to another posterior exercise. We've just come from the internal rotation. Now you can go straight into this for the back again. So same position, either anchor point or a person. So take your band, palm down, anchor with the other hand, and literally it's just a rear fly, but we're going to do single arm. Then you can get the tension a bit easier. So literally there to there. So again, like with any back exercise, shoulder exercise, you're drawing the shoulder blades together at the back. So 20 each side again, change sides. If it's not hard enough, just move your hand in on the band again. So single arm rear fly, 20 each side, and then we move on again. No rest, straight into the next exercise. Okay, moving from the back of the shoulders up to the laterals again. So upright row, stand in your band, grasp it either close together or wide apart. And all you're going to do is bring your hands up to about chest height, lead with the elbows. So if that's too easy, spread the feet a bit and grab the band a bit further down. And just literally lifting, using those shoulders just to about chest height. Elbows also coming to about shoulder height, and you've got 20 of those. Remember, there's no rest, so you've just come from your fly straight into these. 20 again. So straight from that upright row into a front raise. So again, you don't have to move fast. Straight into standing in your band again. A neutral grip, so lead with the thumbs, shoulders down and back, and all you're going to do is just lift to shoulder height and back down. Shoulder height, back down. This is back to working the anterior delts. If it's too easy, grab further down, stand nice and tall, shoulder height and down. 20 of those. Okie dokie, so we're going to move back to the back of the shoulders for face pulls. So I'll just loop this round here, tie it on. Again, if you don't have an anchor point, just find a person who's prepared to hold it for you if you've got one around, or try and weight it down on something heavy in the garden. So face pulls, we're going to have palms down this time, and all you're going to do is literally pull high towards your face. So make sure you've got plenty of tension on the band and pulling high. The rules remain the same in terms of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep the elbows high, and you've got 20 of those. So you're moving straight in from your upright row, front raise, straight into these. You've got 20 again. Okay, final exercise, number 8. So exercise number 8 in your circuit. Okay, this one's got a little bit of cardio element to it. So stand in your band, take the band, we're going to call these thrusters. So you're going to squat down, drive the band up to the ceiling, squat, drive, squat, drive. So this is your finisher, 20 reps, just to really blast out those shoulders and get the heart rate going. So really push the band right above the crown of your head, nice low squat. You've got 20 of them to finish. So at the end of the circuit, take yourself a little breather, and then maybe 2 minutes, go round them all again. Righty-ho, so that's all 8 exercises. I'm now gonna set the camera up and do the whole damn thing. 8 exercises, 20 reps on every exercise. I'm gonna do the whole thing all in a row with no break, and then I'll come back to you and tell you exactly how the old shoulders are feeling. So I'll set up the camera so you can hopefully catch it all. Let's see how I get on. Okay, I think you get the general impression that was tough. Obviously I put that on a time lapse, so it was massively speeded up for you, but yeah, that was really hard. So I think, guys, if you can get around that, 20 reps on each exercise, give yourself 2-3 minutes breather in between, just do 2 rounds, it's enough. Your shoulders will be absolutely blowing after that. So I hope you enjoyed. Any suggestions, any comments, anything, put them below. And while you're here, if you're not subscribed, go do it now, because look at some more of the videos. We've got loads of stuff up there, and it's definitely at this time when we're not able to do our normal workouts, anything is better than nothing, guys. So get involved, do what you can, stay active, and you'll feel so much better for it. So see you in the next one.
Right, it is absolutely freezing out here, and I'm in shorts and flip-flops like an absolute donut. That's Mel's banded shoulder burnout workout, okay? Again, similar to the glute one, lots of volume, lots of different exercises, lots of reps, okay, aimed at getting those shoulders as fatigued as possible and making the best of what is not an ideal situation, okay? Tomorrow I think we've got a pull workout from me, again involving all the same equipment that I've got to hand, so dumbbells, resistance bands. I don't think there's anything else in that one, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Go through all of our other videos as well. There's loads of like inspiration on there in terms of like what you can be doing with your own training for the time being, as well as all the stuff we've done about mindset, nutrition, exercise technique. Familiarise yourself with all those videos so that when all this does eventually stop, you can get into like good routines straight away. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow. Cheers, bye.